I thought that there'd be more wrangling behind the scenes, and I think you've got to hand it to South Africa's leadership, because the buck stops with the leader, right? But it cuts both ways. And I think we've got to compliment the South African government, as much as there were concerns around cost, around whether this whole big do will make much of a difference to the lives of ordinary South Africans on the ground. Those are valid questions, and that debate is on its place. But under the glare of the international stage, with the biggest economies here in our country, logistically, we've pulled it off. And in terms of leadership, South Africa has stood tall, in my opinion. On the apparent, on the face of it, it's looking decent, right? But remember, there's no formal, there's no formality, there's no legal binding to this declaration. So it leaves a lot of room for backroom deals. And for me, the great concern is this: that can the global South remain united? You've got two phenomena here. One is Trump, who is levying tariffs left, right, and center, right? The other, you've got China flooding the market left, right, and center. My fear is it should not be in the background between summits where the actual work takes place, that each country from the global South starts to negotiate what they feel is in their best interests, rather than staying as a bloc and negotiating in the interests of the global South and in the interests of countries as a whole, the globe as a whole. Because if you want to break this hegemony and this domination of what you want to call the global North or Western powers, then you're already on the back foot, because they enjoy political and economic supremacy. That's why Trump can throw his toys out of the cot, and we have to respond quite respectfully, right? And his spokesperson can say to a president that you're running your mouth, and there's no diplomatic repercussion. Imagine if it was the other way around. If Vincent Magwena had to say that Trump was running his mouth, right? So there is this hegemony, which is a reality. If to break that hegemony, you need to remain united. And I think that's the unity that I'm looking at. The unity of the global South as a bloc, one. The unity of the Muslim countries within the global South. Those who have permanent member status and those who don't. And even countries like Nigeria, who have significant Muslim populations. That there's a lot to negotiate for Muslims. I mean, just look at the halal economy, right? Look at the curse of Islam, or the scourge of Islamophobia. Will they remain united as a bloc and push and say we are 2 billion and counting, right? See us as commerce, not as culture. See us as 1/3 almost of humanity. Or will they again negotiate individually?